Y'all know what time it is. It's morning motivation time. Wake up, share the live stream, share the live. We are live with morning motivation. There's this one thing that all of us do that is actually holding us back. And we need to change that starting today. Live up real quick. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Good morning, guys. My name is Officer Israel Gaming, or you can call me Officer Israel. And welcome to another live stream of morning motivation with Officer Israel. Today's topic is going to be about stop making the one mistake that we all make. And what is that one mistake? Is waiting. We all have a tendency, like for example, let's say I'm gonna give y'all many examples of waiting. Let's say let's say you have a job opportunity, right? And you start contemplating in your mind saying, well, maybe I should wait, or I'm going to wait the next day, or wait the next time. And then the next thing you know, the opportunity never comes again. Why? Because you waited. We have to learn to stop waiting and procrastinating and go ahead and taking the opportunity. And a lot of us wait because a lot of us wait because we're nervous and we don't think that we can accomplish the goal that we're trying to reach. So a lot of us miss out on a lot of big opportunities because we're waiting and we're procrastinating and we don't believe in ourselves. We have to learn to stop the waiting and get to doing what we're supposed to do. Another example of waiting, like me, I'm gonna give you a personal example, right? What's going on, bro? What's going on, bro? Thank you for joining. 11. I can't say your name. I'm just gonna call you 11. What's going on, Michael? Thank y'all for joining. Real quick, do me a favor, hit that like button for me. We're talking about stop making this one mistake that everybody makes, and that is waiting. I'm gonna give y'all a personal example of my situation. Yesterday, I was trying to get some microphones for my live stream. You know the microphones that people clip on themselves to help people hear them better when they go live. So I was gonna wait on the live. I was gonna wait on doing another morning motivation until I get my stuff that I need for my live stream. But then I thought to myself, like, why would I do that when I realized that it takes everything takes time and everything takes progress. So if I would have sat up there and waited, knowing me, you know me, I'm a compulsive thinker. Knowing me, I would have waited and waited and waited and waited, and probably would have never got the microphone, and then y'all would have never seen me again on this morning motivation. So a lot of times we sit up there and make excuses, which makes us wait. We can't wait we can't wait and expect things to change. Like for example, there I want to start I want to, like with me, I want to get these cameras right to make my videos look more proper and look more professional. But what I realize is that, again, if I keep waiting trying to save up money to get this and get that, it's never going to happen. So I realized that I have to put myself out there first, and maybe somebody that watches my videos from here on out, maybe they will end up helping me because they see what I'm trying to do. But if I was sitting up there waiting and procrastinating, it wouldn't happen. So let's say you're starting your YouTube channel, right? let's say you're starting your YouTube channel, you have 0 subscribers. And let's say you may not have good internet. And you say, well, I'm going to wait till I get some money to have good internet. No, don't do that. Um, Listen, all you have to do is the internet you do have from your phone, because most of us have internet on our phone. You may not have the money right now to get good internet. What you can do, you could create. What you need to do, you need to create short videos that your internet allows, and then upload it. Upload the video still. It may not be perfect. It may not you may it may take forever to load up according to your internet, but you don't understand that upload that you just did on that internet that you do have may motivate somebody to keep going. You see what I'm saying? So no matter your situation, you have to stop waiting. Let's say you got talent, right? You want to go on American Idol. But in the back of your head you thinking, well, what if they say this or what if they say that? How you know what the judges is gonna say if you keep waiting? We have to stop waiting. If you want that new house and you say, well, I got the money for the new house, but I don't got the money for my furniture. Well, why would you wait? Why would you wait on getting the new house and you're already talking to the real estate agent about getting a house and y'all already made deals, but now you're waiting to get the new house because you wouldn't have money for the furniture. That real estate agent, chances are that real estate agent is not going to wait on you to make a decision or wait on you to get the money for the furniture. He has business to do. So now you done missed out on a house because you're doing what? Waiting. So we have to learn to stop waiting. For example, some of us with disabilities, and I like to talk to my people with disabilities too because I have a disability myself. And this kind of goes with the topic that I did yesterday about what was that topic? Um, one of the most things that some of the most things that people don't tell you about your disability, or something like that. But in that video, I was saying that fear will cause us to not want to go outside. It will cause us to think evil about other people. It will cause us to just do all kinds of crazy stuff because we fear. So waiting can translate to fear too. A lot of y'all don't know that. I'm gonna say it again. By waiting, that is also a sign of fear. Now, sometimes waiting is good. I'm not saying don't get it twisted, guys. I'm not saying being patient is not a good thing because patience is a virtue. But when you wait and wait and wait because you're scared, that's not a good thing. Like I said, now you done missed out on the house. For example, people with disabilities, they may, let's say they need some help with anything. And a lot of people with disabilities, including myself, we have pride. We don't want to ask people for help because maybe we think we don't. Maybe we think that if we ask them for help, that we're going to be a burden on somebody. But if you need help, let's say you're disabled and you need help getting in a car. Now you've been sitting outside for 30 minutes knowing you need help to get in the car, and your brother is right in the house. Your sister is right in the house. But instead of you being a man or a woman about it and saying, you know what, I actually need help. Let me go in here or let me yell and ask for help. Instead, you sitting up there waiting and waiting and waiting, sitting up there thinking like, damn, I need to do this. Dang, if I could do this, if I could put my legs like this. And I'm not saying don't try to do it yourself. By all means, if you can do it safely yourself, do it. But what I'm saying is the more you wait and the more you procrastinate, the more things ain't gonna get done. You're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities. Let's say, I'm gonna give you another example about myself. There was this time where I was in where I wasn't really in a relationship, but I was me and this female, we liked each other, right? But But how did it happen? Oh yeah, we liked each other, and no, I liked her, but she knew I liked her. But I guess she was just waiting on me to tell her that I liked this. This was on some teenage shit. But I felt like basically that she was out of my league, right? And so, we would talk every day on the phone and stuff like that. And then, eventually she moved on because I didn't take my chance. I thought because of my disability, well, surely she wouldn't like me. So I just waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. And now she got married. You understand what I'm saying? That's another example. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Because when you do that, you lose out on a good opportunity. You know what I mean? And now let's dive a little deeper on the reason why we wait. The reason why we wait, guys, is because like I said, waiting also translates to fear. Or some of us feel like, well, I want it this way. I don't want it like that. But sometimes you gotta take the lesser end of things to get the greater end of things. But because you got that pride on you, or because you want that same car like everybody else got, now you don't wait. You need a car. It may not be the hoopty that you it may not be the car that you want to have, but it'll take you from A to B and possibly A to Z. But because you worried about what people gonna say about you because you riding in a 1997, uh, because you riding around in a 1997, and your next door neighbor is riding in 2026. Now somebody else done brought that car that you were supposed to buy, that 1997. But because you want to be like everybody else, you waited, and now that car is gone. Now you still on your feet. You see what waiting gets you. Waiting is not waiting is not good all the time. Now certain areas in your life you have to wait. I'm not saying don't be patient, but the type of waiting I'm talking about is that waiting where you got pride on you, or you feel like you want this type of car, but they're offering you this type of car. And you got the money for the car that they're offering you, and that car, like I said, that car may not be the car that you want, but at least you would be off your feet. You understand? I knew a man once. I knew a man once that got out of a little situation where when he came home, he used to ride a bike to work. The brother literally used to ride a bike to work. Now most people they probably looked at him and said, "Look at this man riding a bike to work. Why they're riding around in a little hoop? Why they're riding around in a car with the air blowing and everything, Didn't stop to ask the brother did he need help or anything like that or nothing like that. Months later, the brother got on his feet to the point where he was able to buy him a truck. He got another truck now, but the brother was able to save up his money to the point where he got no. First, he got him a car, a little hoopty, that same little hoopty that I was talking about, and then from there he got him a truck. So now my point is with this situation, if he would have waited, right, and if he didn't get that bike at first, if he would have waited on getting that bike, he probably would have never got a job. You understand what I'm saying? He probably would have never been making any more money because he didn't have no way to work. Now I'm pretty sure it was tiring for him to pedal all the way to work all the time. But now look, he started from a bike, then he got him a car, then he got him a truck, now he got him another truck. See what happens when you don't wait? You elevate. I'm gonna say that again. When you don't wait, you elevate. So another situation. Um, me personally, I have a disability, right? You know, those of you who know, you know. So I don't have transportation, and where I live at, transportation is not that good, right? So one day I wanted to go to church. One day I wanted to go to church, but no, um, everybody I called, they were like, "Oh man, I can't do it, Isaac. I can't do it. This and that, this and that." So I'm like, "Dang, how am I gonna get to church?" And then I started thinking to myself like, "Well, maybe it's not meant for me to make it to church today, or maybe it's not meant for me to make it to church on that particular day." But then I said, "No, we gonna sit up there and do some more research." And then as I did more research, y'all, I found out that there is a company that will actually that actually will come down from Hattiesburg, Mississippi to where I am to take me there. So they charged me $65 to take me way to Jackson, Mississippi, where my church is. Now, the point is in that, what if I would have waited? What if I would have waited and procrastinated and said, and was thinking to myself, well, maybe it's not for me. Maybe I gotta wait on a family member. No. And sure enough, when I booked that, when I searched on Google that one time, and I called those people and I set that appointment up, those people came and I paid them the money. Those people came and got me, and they brought me back. Now, if I would have waited, I wouldn't have been at church. And guess what? I enjoyed myself at church. Why? Because I didn't wait. No matter how you look at this thing, guys, waiting could most of the time be detrimental to you. For example, here's a more serious example. Let's say you got a spider bite or whatever. Let's say you got a spider bite and it's not a poisonous spider bite or whatever, but you're not knowing that you're actually allergic to any type of spider bites. So now it starts off progressing because you're procrastinating. So now the spider bite is getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And now because you waited, now you can't your hand is starting to look discolored. So now you go to the hospital and they say, "Oh, yeah, you're having an allergic reaction. This hand is beyond repair. Now we got to amputate the hand." Now, why did they have to amputate your hand, mister? Why did they have to amputate your hand, sis? It's only because you waited, because you said it was no big deal. Because at first it was just itchy. Now you waited till your hand started being numb and discolorated or turning another color. So now you go to the hospital after all that procrastinating because you're a man and you said that it's not a big spider bite, and now you left with a nub on your hand. And I'm not talking about you, but you understand what I'm saying? You waited, and now your hand have to be amputated. I'm gonna say it again. You waited, and now your hand have to be amputated. Another story. Uh, let's say. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna mute out just a second. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back here. I'm gonna give y'all another example. Another situation. Let's say a brother. Let's say a brother's having chest pain, right? He knows all about home remedies and things like that. He thinks that is gas, so he's using baking soda and warm water. He drinks it. He's still having chest pain. And it's that type of severe chest pain where he just laying down all day. Then one day his family member comes over who's a nurse, and cause he been told her about the situation, So she decided to come over and check his vital signs. And lo and behold, his vital signs is not up to par like they should be. So they called the ambulance and come to find out he's having a minor heart attack. Now, my question to y'all is what if that brother would have waited on what if that brother would have waited? He could have died, y'all. He could have been up out of here because he waited. So I'm giving y'all different examples and different stories about the bad side of waiting. You don't want to make that one mistake. Let's say you got an opportunity for let's say you got an opportunity to be on someone's podcast. You never been on someone's you never in your life was on anyone's podcast. But for some reason they see your videos and they say, Jeremiah, I want you to be on my podcast. We could talk about some good things together. Now you never been on no one's podcast, so now you're nervous. Now you're nervous and you're thinking like, wow, man, this is an opportunity for me to this is an opportunity for me to grow. But then you wait, here you go again. You wait. Oh, I gotta get this. I gotta get these type of shoes. And I'm not saying that you're not supposed to be presentable, because by all means, if you can make yourself look sharp, get you a nice haircut and things like that, by all means, do that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to walk around. You don't want to be on nobody's podcast looking like a bum. You know what I'm saying? But let's say the podcast is Tuesday at 8:30, and you just and you let's say you say, oh, I gotta have this outfit, so I'm gonna go to the store at 8:15, and I'm gonna start shopping. I'm gonna get this one outfit that I seen. Now you get to the store and you looking all around that store for that one outfit when you should have done it before. So now 8:30 comes and the person call you and say, hey, you still on for the podcast, man? Yeah, man, I'm at the store. You know, this is my first time at the podcast. This is my first time on anybody's podcast, so therefore I need to look sharp. That brother ain't gonna wait on you. That brother is not gonna wait on you to sit up there and make your decision. So now you done lost an opportunity on being on someone's podcast for the very first time, which means that when you're on somebody's podcast, chances are the people who see you on a particular podcast, they may start following you. You may start getting other subscribers and another way to make money because you joined the podcast. But because you waited or you wanted to do something last minute, now you missed that opportunity. So there's many opportunities that we unfortunately miss out on because we want to wait and procrastinate. Guys, we gotta stop waiting and procrastinating. And that's my message today. Whatever you're trying to do, as long as it's positive now, don't wait. Don't wait. You could be a painter. Let's say you think your painting is not worth anything. You're sitting up there procrastinating on whether you should post your painting or not on your respective social media accounts. Listen, if you sit up there and wait, somebody else is going to take your place. And that's another thing. What if you're on a job and the job is offering you an opportunity, and you feel like, man, look here, man, and they let's say they're paying you, let's say they pay you some good money for that particular job position, and you sit up there and say, well, man, I don't know, I'll let y'all know, man, I don't know, man. I've been in this position for a long time. I'm making pretty good money. I don't really need it like that. But I'll let y'all know. Then the next thing you know, you get in a situation. Hold on one second. Then the next thing you know, you get in a situation where you really need that extra money. And now because you hold on one let's say you get in a situation where you really need that money. Right now, something has something has come up to the point where you need that extra that other position and the extra money. But now, guess what? That position has been filled because you didn't want to take it. Now you're in a situation where you damn near don't have no job. You know what I mean? So don't wait, guys. No matter what it is, guys, do not wait. Because the longer you wait and the more you procrastinate, it's gonna be bad for the case. You know what I mean? Um, and I came up with this topic today, y'all, because um, pretty much every topic that I come up with is something that I went through or currently going through in my personal life. Um, for many years, I've waited. For many years, me personally, I've waited because I allowed my disability to cripple me mentally. Um, and I'm 33 years old now. And a lot of stuff that I waited on in my personal life, I realize now that if I had just taken that opportunity and stopped waiting because I fear certain things, I would have been in a way an even better situation than I am now. Now, of course, I'm trying my best to um, work out all the kinks now. But if I would have did it, if I would have, if I know what I know now, if I knew what I know now back then, um, I would have never waited. There's many things that I could have got done personally in my younger years that if I hadn't have waited, I would have been in better shape now. Hold on one second, guys. So whatever your goal is, don't wait, man. Don't wait. Now, if you have to wait in the sense of because it ain't came through yet or something like that, that's a different story. Patience is the virtue. Let's say you make the move. Let's say you go ahead and make the move, but you still gotta wait. Okay, that's a different type of waiting. But again, the waiting that I'm talking about is the type of waiting where you're waiting because you don't believe in yourself. That's the type of waiting that I'm talking about. Or you're waiting because you feel like you deserve this amount of money, but they're offering you this amount of money. You know, you never, because my thing is you never know with the way the way things are happening now. You want to take every opportunity you can. If the opportunity is there, let me explain something to you. I know that a lot of times it can be nerve wracking going into something that you know nothing about. But listen, once you begin to do it, you will become fluent. I'm going to say it again. Once you begin to do it, what you're nervous to do or what you're waiting on, once you take that leap of faith, you're gonna end up being great. Once you take that leap of faith, you're gonna end up being great. But if you sit up there, you wait and procrastinate, you're gonna be stuck in a place. And a lot of times in life, when we wait, we sit up there and regret it later on. So guys, don't wait. My message today is the one mistake that you don't want to make is waiting because you're fearful, waiting because you don't believe it, waiting because you got an attitude, waiting because somebody said something to you that you didn't like, waiting. But stop waiting. The scripture says, "Man's goings are of the Lord." That's one of my favorite scriptures. If you have that opportunity to take that opportunity, it's not because of what you did so much. It's because the Lord provided that opportunity. So now you're waiting. So who are you willing? Who are you really telling that you don't want it when you wait? You're telling God, because every job that you have, brothers and sisters, is provided to you by God to help someone else. It's not just for you to help yourself. Whatever position you in, God gave you that position to help other people. And if you have other opportunities to make more money or be in another position, and I know you may not know nothing about that position, but trust me, take the position. Believe in yourself. Stop waiting, stop procrastinating, and make it happen. Because we all have a certain talent in us that we don't know that's in us. You understand what I'm saying? You never know. By you taking that opportunity and not waiting, you may be able to start your own business just because you didn't wait. You understand what I'm saying? Sisters, if you want to open up a hair salon and you feel like you gotta have this much money, and like for example, even if it's you doing hair from your house, you don't have to have a building in sense of a you don't necessarily have to have a building in a sense of a actual place with your name on it. Start off from your house. But that don't mean you gotta wait because you want the actual building. Make your house the beauty salon, sis. Make your house the beauty salon. You don't have to have you don't have to wait on you don't get you don't have to wait on you to get the building for the business. If you know people are talking about the way you do their hair in a good way, that means you're gonna have more clients. So instead of you worrying about getting the building and opening up the business, do the hair from your house first. Same thing with the brother. Brother, if you know how to cook, and let's say you want you a food truck, you don't gotta wait to get the food truck, brother. Start cooking at your house first and selling plates from your house. And then the money you gain from selling plates at your house will open doors for you to get a small food truck. You understand? Start off small and then end up getting bigger. You understand what I'm saying? But if we wait, we will never elevate. I'm gonna say it again. If we wait, we will never elevate, guys. Don't wait. Whatever business dream that you have, if you want to be a doctor, don't wait, man. Especially when you're young. Listen to me, and this is to all the teenage brothers and sisters who are getting out of high school and you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you want whatever you want to be. Don't wait. Now is the time. Today is the time for you to get on your grind and change your mind. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till the next day, because guess what? The next day, life is so short. Listen, life is like a puff of smoke. One minute you see the puff of smoke, and then the next minute it's gone. Life is like a shadow. You know how when it's hot outside and at a certain area you see a shadow, and then you walk in a certain place and you don't see your shadow no more? That's how life is. So you sitting up there waiting, talking about tomorrow. You don't know if tomorrow will come. Today may be your opportunity. Start today. Don't wait. Start today. If you want to start a YouTube channel and motivate people, you start today. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Because tomorrow is not promised to nobody. Hell, the next 5 minutes is not promised to nobody. And you sitting up here waiting and procrastinating, start doing your shit today, man. Be on your big man shit. Be on your big woman shit. And stop waiting on everybody to tell you something. And here's another thing. Here's another thing I want y'all to stop. Well, I want us to stop doing. Stop waiting on somebody to tell you, "Oh, that's good right there." What about how you think? You don't think your product is good? You mean to tell me you gotta wait for somebody else to tell you that your product is good? You know why you wanna wait? You know why you wait for somebody to say that? Because you don't believe in your own product. You don't believe in your own self. You don't believe in your own content. A lot of us. I'm gonna tell you something else too. Hold on, guys, one second. A lot of us, when let's say you are doing what you're doing on YouTube or whatever you're doing. It ain't gotta be social media, but whatever you're doing. Let's say you cook a plate and you doing your business, you doing your thing, right? But then somebody tells you that they don't like your food. Somebody tell you they don't like your food, and now you talk about cooking ain't for me, huh? So you gonna let that one person disrupt you from starting your cooking business? You gonna let that one person disrupt you because she said that your cake ain't that good? You gonna let that one person stop you from going to school and learn how to be a professional baker, or you gonna let that one person stop you from going to culinary art school? Stop it. What the problem is. The problem is you. The problem is you, because ain't no way, if I believe in myself, the word belief or believe, it translates to faith. So the reason why a lot of times the reason why we wait because we don't believe that we great. I'm gonna say it again. A lot of times the reason why we wait is because we don't believe that we're great. Who asked that? What are you talking about, twin? What are you talking about, twin? Welcome. Hey guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and share button and subscribe to the channel. This is South Israel with morning motivation. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of us wait because we don't believe that we're great. So if whatever business you doing, now when I say business, understand I'm talking about a legal business. Legal, not illegal. So I don't want y'all on here thinking that, for those of you who selling dope or whatever, you know what? I do need to elevate to a cookie. No, that ain't what I'm saying. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking I'm talking to the people who got actual talent and who need to who need to elevate their stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not talking to I'm not talking to those who do the legal work now. But like I said, one of the main problems is you don't believe in yourself. So now, because somebody said that your work ain't good, or your food ain't good, or you can't sing, or you can't rap, now you don't want to pursue your career. Let's say you pursue an acting career, male or female, and they say, and you get to a certain level, and they say, yeah, you're not gonna cut it. Are you gonna quit just because they say you're not gonna cut it? Keep trying. Don't make that one mistake of waiting and procrastinating because somebody denied you. You are going to get your applications denied sometimes. But does that mean that you're no good? No. It just means that it wasn't time for that door to open for you yet. But that doesn't mean you wait another 5 years or wait 10 years and just give up on yourself. Don't make that one fatal mistake because you don't feel like you're great. So what I'm showing you guys is that a lot of times the reason why we wait is because we don't believe in ourselves. We don't have that faith. We have whether it be social anxiety or whatever the case may be that's stopping you. You're stopping you. There's nobody that stop. You're the one that's causing yourself to wait because you're procrastinating because you already got it in your mind. Or what if they say this? Or what if they laugh when I do this? Or what people are gonna laugh. You to everything there's an opposition. To everything there's two. You got the sun. The sun represents light. Then you got the nighttime, total darkness. You got up versus down, left versus right, in versus out, back versus forward. You understand? You got it's many different elements. You got positive versus negative, good versus evil, men and women. There's always two and two of everything. So yes, you're gonna have negativity in your life. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. You need a lot of times you need that negativity as a motivation. Now some of y'all may not get what I'm saying, but there's some young folks said that if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. So let's say you're not waiting and you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. But then there's people in your comment section or in your life that say, "Oh man, I wouldn't have done it like this. I would have did it like this." Does that mean you gotta stop because they're hating or because they're lying on you or they're shaming your name or lying and trying to demoralize you? No, that should motivate you to keep going. Don't people are gonna speak evil of you. It's let me tell you something. I don't know if y'all know this, but there are people that's predestined to be evil to you. I'm gonna say it again. There are people that's whether it's in your personal life or whether in your personal circle, there's people that are ordained. Their sole purpose for living is to be evil. Every time you try to tell them something good, oh, I wouldn't do that. Nah, you doing that. You like for example, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give y'all a good example. Let's say let's say you decide to get married. Let's say you get. I'm gonna talk to the women first. Sis, let's say you get married to your high school sweetheart, and then here comes your family member. Girl, you got married? Oh man, you want to tie down? I would never be tied down to a nigga. Now you sitting up there procrastinating because now she telling you all the memories when y'all had girls trip and when y'all was when just all kind of evil stuff. When y'all did this and when y'all did that before you got married and now you got married, you don't do nothing no more. Well, duh. When you married, you're not supposed to live the same way you used to live, dumbass. But now because she that's your favorite cousin, or that's your baby sister, or that's your big sister, in your ear telling you how you got married and all this type of stuff. Now you sitting up there waiting, thinking in your head, well maybe I shouldn't have got married. Maybe. And now you talking to your husband, babe, do you think we got married too fast? What? Sabrina, what the hell you mean? Now there's an argument. Why? Because you listen to your sister or that family member or that friend that made you think that you should have waited. Now let me ask you a question, sis. If you would have waited, what would have happened? If you would have waited, because there's not too many. I'm gonna tell you something. There's good men out here, but they're hard to find. So you got a good man that's willing to marry you, and you take on his last name, and y'all got beautiful kids together. and you gonna listen to somebody telling you that you should have waited, still calling the man, y'all still calling each other boyfriend and girlfriend. Kids do that. What the hell is a boyfriend and girlfriend? We don't, we grown as hell. We shouldn't be out here. That's my boyfriend right there. Or that's my girlfriend, right? We grown as hell. Get married. Don't wait. Especially if y'all already having. Let me tell you. Especially if y'all already having sex. What more do you want to wait on? Y'all done already gave each other y'all most prized possession, and now you in a situation where you telling your family members, I'm thinking about getting married to Tyrone. Well, get married to Tyrone. You ain't got to necessarily, you don't need nobody's permission to get married to Tyrone. Tyrone already in love with you. He was in love with you from the time he seen you. And you know he's square business. And he ain't no bum. He ain't just playing video games. The brother probably got a good job. You understand? So you see he's square business. You see he ain't like the other men that you were waiting on. The niggas that used to sag their pants and throwing gang signs, them niggas ain't got nothing going for their life. So what you waiting on? And here come your mama. You know when I married your daddy back in married my daddy, you know he was no good. See that right there? That will cause you to wait too, because you love your mama, right? We all love our mamas. But I'm gonna tell you something. Some of our mamas are evil as hell. So sis, my point is that, because I could talk a lot, I could go all day on that particular topic. My point is, if the brother's treating you right, and y'all are really down for each other, and y'all done already had sex, or let's say you ain't had sex, that's even better. Let's say you known him for 6 months or whatever, and y'all feel like y'all want to do something, but y'all want to do it right before God. Y'all want to be right. Y'all want to do it the right way. The scripture literally says, if you can't contain, marry. For it says, because it is better to marry than to burn. But because you waiting and you listening to your mama now, mind you, your mama is single. Mind you, your mama is single. She ain't got no man and she miserable. Now I know you love your mama, sis, but don't wait. Get married to that man. That's a good man right there. He ain't beating on you. He ain't talking. He ain't mistreating you. Marry that brother. Now brothers, same thing for y'all. Let's say you want to get married, right? And you go to your homeboys about the shorty, right? You be like, man, I'm thinking about getting married to shorty. Then here go your homeboys. Now, before I say this live stream is not for kids, cause I'm going to get very graphic. So if you got kids in the room, whoever watching, get them out right now. I'm gonna give you about 5 seconds. Okay, that's enough. So check this out, right? Now, say you a young man or maybe an older gentleman, and you telling your homeboys, or you telling your friends, man, I'm thinking about getting married to shorty. And here go, now mind you, these niggas ain't got no aspirations for themselves. These people ain't got nothing going. All they do is hang around the block talking about how many hoes they done mess with. And you going to these niggas about you getting married? Bro, you gotta men and women gotta change your circle. You gotta change your circle of friends, bro. You got to change your circle of friends. Because they ain't gonna do nothing but the first thing they gonna say, cause I heard these people talking before. The first thing they gonna say is, man, all this pussy out here, you talking about getting married to one bitch? First of all, if you let a man disrespect your woman by calling her a bitch, then you need to check yourself. You need to separate yourself from people that talk like that, because brothers, it's nothing wrong with falling in love with a female. I know some of us get prideful and we don't want to say we in love or whatever, But hell, if you in love, you in love, damn it. Don't sit up there and wait on marrying a sister because because a group of niggas say, man, you gonna get married to her and you know and you got all these other women out here. Yep, I sure am. And I'm finna leave you niggas alone. Don't call my phone no more, you will be blocked. That's how you handle that shit. Don't be listening to nobody trying to motivate you to not get married. And now because you listening to your homeboy, because he been your homeboy since y'all was little, now you sitting up there procrastinating, looking at your girl. Man, they right. I don't think I should marry her. You know, there's too many women out here. You know, one tried to holler at me the other day. Man, look here. You gonna mess around and lose. You gonna mess around and lose out on a good woman fucking around listening to them damn niggas. I'm just being real with you. Don't mess around and lose. Listen. Let me tell you something. Don't mess around and lose a good woman listening to niggas. Why would you listen to, you know, especially if he ain't coming out of the Bible? If he ain't a man of God, separate yourself from him. Cause like I told y'all earlier, some people are ordained to be evil to you. And what I mean by that also is that some people are here just to give you bad advice. Some people are here just to give you bad advice. Let's say you having a marital issue, right? Let's say you are already married. And I'm sorry about the camera angle, guys. Give me 1 minute. Hold on 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So, let's say, I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, another point. Damn, what was I about to say? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to give you another example of women, right? Let's say you're in I'm going to talk to your sisters again for a minute. Let's say you're in an abusive relationship, and the brother is literally putting his hands on you, you know? And let's say he apologizes to you. But he been beating on you damn near ever since y'all got married, whether it's 6 months ago, 5 months ago, 5 years ago. Sis, let me explain something to you. If you got a friend sitting up there telling you, a so-called friend saying that, oh, you know, just give him another chance. Listen, let me tell you something, sis. I'm not a professional, but in my opinion, you need to leave him alone and stay away from him. You know, because you have to save your life at this point. Don't be listening to them friends, especially if you got female friends that ain't got no man. What the hell they can tell you about marriage? They ain't even got a man. They ain't even got they ain't even got a damn dog, and they trying to tell you, oh, girl, you know, sometimes men just, you know, just forgive them. What? You understand what I'm saying? Listen, sis, if you in that situation, listen to me good. Wherever you are, whoever you are, separate from him. And what I mean by separate from him, if there's a way you could get into another house or go to your parents' house, leave, because what's gonna happen is one day He's gonna do it again, and you're not gonna be able to survive it. And let me tell you something, sis. A lot of those sisters that tell you, girl, he a good man, that's because she want to sleep with your man herself. You could be a damn fool if you want to. Leave that man alone if he putting his hands on you. You understand what I'm saying? If he putting his hands on you, leave him alone. Don't sit up there and try to get advice from somebody that's not married, even if they are married. If he's putting his hands on you, that ain't nowhere in the scriptures. The scripture says that we must give honor to our wives as unto the weaker vessel. It didn't say nothing about if he put his hands on you, just stay with him. So my point is, don't wait to leave that relationship. Save your life, brothers. If you're married to a woman, or if you're in a relationship with a woman, and you know she's trying to tear you down, you understand what I'm saying? Everything you're trying to do, she tear you down. She talking about, let's say you had a baby by her, and now she's pregnant, and let's say she talk about, well, if you don't do this for me, I'm gonna abort the baby because I don't want your ugly ass babies no more. Anyway, we got 3 babies. Now she put you in a position where either you gonna do what she wants you to do, or she gonna kill your baby. Brother, what should you do? What should you do in that situation? Now, in that situation, brother, I would play it smart. I would wait till she had that baby, and once she have the baby, I would still be cordial with her as far as raising a child together. Well, no, I wouldn't. Not even that. I would try. Once she had my baby, I would take my baby, and we would go, and I would have evidence for how she said that she would do this and do that when she was pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? But bro, leave. You understand what I'm saying? Don't wait. Leave. Because if you got a woman that's threatening you to do this and do that, and there's women out there that will pretend like you hitting on them and everything just to try to destroy your career. And listen, bro, I know the shit may be good, but sometimes, let's be real, y'all. Sometimes that toxic relationship. Let me see how to say this. Y'all ever been with somebody that damn good, but because the loving is good, I'm gonna say it like that. You feel like, you don't want her to be with nobody else. You don't want her to be with nobody else. But that's where you have to train your mindset. You gotta train your mindset. Her vagina ain't worth you staying and taking that physical abuse or that mental abuse. Cause some women be beating on men too. Let's talk about it. Like Johnny Taylor say, everything's out in the open. Everything's out in the open. But a lot of times we get in these relationships and we don't want to leave them because we addicted to them, or we got a soul tied to them. But you gotta force yourself to leave. Don't wait. I don't give a damn how good it is. Sister, I don't care how good he put it down. In whatever way. If he beating on you, leave him alone. Don't wait, because you might be too late. I would tell y'all a personal story that happened to one of. I'm gonna tell y'all a personal story that happened to one of my family members. Now this is a touchy subject to me, so it's very weak. Now I think I was born during this time, but I had a family member who had damn. Every time I revisit this story, it bothers me. I had a family member, close family member, an auntie, so you can understand. I had a family member. Hold she had a good, she did hair. She had a hair salon, and for whatever reason, I don't know. I was young, For whatever reason, her boyfriend at the time and the father of all her children, he shot and killed her, cold blooded. You understand what I'm saying? And I often think to myself, I know she's seen the signs. Maybe she was, terrified. Maybe she didn't know how to leave. Maybe she didn't know where to go. I'm pretty sure she was scared of him, obviously. But sisters and brothers, let me tell y'all something. If y'all in a situation like that, before it even gets like that, leave the situation. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you may miss her. Yeah, you may miss her. But listen, it's not, my point is, it's not worth you waiting and waiting till your life is ended. You understand? That's the most dangerous thing about waiting. Because we think, oh, because I love him or because I love her, I'm going to try it again. No, you don't want to end up dead, bro. Brother, you don't want to end up dead. Sis, you don't want to end up dead trying to wait on him to get himself together. Brother, you don't want to sit up there and wait and now she ended your life. Now you sitting up there looking at God. You know, now you sitting up there looking at God in the spiritual realm because your spirit done floated out your body because you waited to leave that badass relationship. You waited to leave that badass relationship. And I know some of you are in a situation right now where you are in a situation where if you divorce her, she may take the house or he may take the house. So get you another house. It's not worth your life. Stop waiting. If you got the money to divorce, even if you don't have the money to divorce right now, leave. Yeah, it may cost you more money to get another house or rent a house. Work extra hours so you could be able to leave. I know some of y'all are in a situation where you're like, well, damn, I'm not in a situation right now where I can leave. But if you gotta pull extra hours at your work, at your job, whatever you gotta do to save your life, don't wait. Don't wait. Still play it smart. Don't you know try to keep it cordial with him, or try to keep it cordial with her as much as you can. Don't even give her any type of inclination, or don't even give him any type of inclination that you're gonna leave. Just work those extra hours, work your ass off. And I know it's gonna be tiring, but it's gonna be worth it in the end because your life is better than what you're going through. You got family members. Some of y'all got kids. And the worst thing is some of y'all kids done seen y'all get some of y'all kids done seen that man put his hand on you. Do you know the trauma that those kids are gonna go through seeing stuff like that? Do you know, brother? Do you know the trauma that those kids are gonna go through seeing stuff like that? You letting this one, and you terrified of this woman, but you love her so you don't want to divorce her. You love her so you don't want to leave her, bro. Sis, stop waiting. Leave when you have the opportunity. Leave. Hold on one second. So yeah, there. So I just gave you guys many different examples about waiting. What the cost of waiting. You don't want to make you don't want to make that mistake. And like I said, I know a lot of times it may be hard for you to leave and let things go. And I'm not saying that in certain cases that it's 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 easy. It's not going to be easy. No matter what you do, no matter what form it is. Because if you wait on a certain position because you don't believe in yourself, then you may lose that position. If you wait to leave that person, if he's putting his hand on you, he may end your life. If you wait to leave her because she's putting her hands on you, brother, or she's trying to kill you, or whatever the case may be, she may end your life. The point is, there's a big mistake that all of us make, whether it's a more serious mistake of waiting or whether it's a basic mistake of waiting. Don't wait. Believe in yourself, especially when it comes to a violent person. Look, you gotta love yourself more. You gotta love yourself more than that, and you gotta tell yourself, you know what? I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna take this no more. I'm gonna leave. And I know it's gonna hurt me to leave him alone. I know it's gonna hurt me to leave her alone, but I have to for my safety, for my sanity, mentally and physically. I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about mentally too. For my sanity, I have to leave. And some of y'all are on the job right now where that it ain't going good for you. And that may be your only means of only means of making money. In certain cases, you have to wait, but you know, work how you gotta work, and then once you get enough money, and while you're working that job, look for other jobs, make more, do more interviews, and then you can make your great escape. Once you have the opportunity, you don't wait no longer. Leave. But I'm not saying leave and say, fuck y'all business on my thing. No, I got another job. Always leave with grace. Always leave with grace. If as much as life within you, always try to leave with grace. But I hope you guys did enjoy the live stream. Before I leave, guys, uh, if you want to support Officer Israel Gaming and you want to see more content like this, definitely don't be afraid to send something to my cash app, whether it be a penny or a 20. Whatever you can give. Now you don't have to, but if you like these type of conversations and you want to see me with a more professional setup, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Um, this being on the phone doing this is really, it's kind of uncomfortable in the sense of, that's why I move around a lot, but in the sense of, just holding this phone. So if y'all can support me and you like the morning motivation topics and you wanna see me with more professional grade equipment, hit that cash up, man. But yeah, guys, this has been another edition of Morning Motivation. I know I ruffled some feathers, and I know some of you, I know, hopefully I made some of you reflect on the situation that you're going through. The point is, guys, don't wait. Whatever it is, as long as it's positive, don't wait. You deserve to be greater than what you are now. You deserve to be elevated. You know, God put you here to show forth your talent that He gave you. But if you wait, you will never elevate. Whether it be you know how to paint, Whether it be you know how to sing, whether it be you know how to dance, whether it be you know how to stitch clothes, or whatever the case may be. Whether you're a comedian, whatever it is, guys, God gave you a talent to show before the world, and mainly for His purpose. Don't wait and procrastinate. The object is to elevate. You want to elevate, and a part of elevating, one thing before you get there's certain things that has to happen before you get to the elevation. When you think about a real elevator, you have to walk a road on that elevator, and you have to press a certain button depending on what floor you want to be on. So guess what you had to do? That means you had to get up, or you had to roll. You had to turn your wheelchair on, roll to the elevator, press the button, get in the elevator, and then press the floor that you wanted to be on. So guess what? That means you didn't wait, because if you was waiting, then you would have never got on another floor. So, an elevation is the opposite of waiting. I'm gonna say it like that. Elevation is the opposite of waiting. In order for you to elevate, you have to not wait. So guys, no matter what it is, let's elevate today. Whatever you could do to elevate yourself and make yourself better, whether it be personal care, whether it be on your YouTube channel, whether it be the way you think about yourself, whether it be you getting a new car, new job, or whatever the case may be. Don't wait. It's time to elevate. Don't make that one mistake by waiting, okay? All right, so guys, it's been over an hour now. I hope you guys did enjoy this morning motivation with Officer Israel today. I was kind of late today for the morning motivation. I think I was like 8:40. I was supposed to be like between 8 and 8:30. Well, you know, I said 8 or 8:30, so it's still legit. Still worked out for me. But also, if you guys have any other topics that you want to see me talk about on the morning motivation with Officer Israel, definitely leave them in the comment section below, and just let me know. You know what I mean? So with that being said, guys, I want to thank all you guys for liking the live stream. I want to thank all you guys for coming through. Let's elevate today, guys. Let's do something that we've never done before. Let's elevate and let's be great. You guys know how I like to say it all the time. Stay positive, stay productive, but most importantly, stay away from negativity. See you next time.